UV surface machining. This cutting strategy follows the underlying UV parameterization lines of the surfaces to define the cutting and step over directions. It is designed to be a finishing or semi-finishing toolpath for either a single surface or a multiple selection. These can be of end-to-end connections, but not a combination of end-to-end and side-by-side. UV passes are ideal for finishing convex fillet radiuses. At the present stage of the development, it is not a fully automated process, and so requires some initial setting up. Unlike most other passes in NCG-CAM, when creating passes for UV machining, the surface normals, or face orientation, is a very important factor. The machining will only be calculated on the front face. Selecting the triangulated surfaces folder and choosing the View menu Face Orientation option will analyze the surface directions. If you are using the default color scheme, the front faces are colored blue and the back faces are colored red. Any surfaces that face the wrong way should be selected. The direction can then be modified using the Geometry menu Reverse Orientation function. Remove the face orientation colors before continuing. Select the surfaces to be machined. Using the Geometry drop-down menu, pick UV Direction Guides. This will create a new triangulated surfaces folder in the contents tree and draw the UV direction guides on the selected surfaces. There are two sets of arrows for each surface. One to show the cut direction, yellow, and the second to show the order direction, green. Yellow and green are the default colors. These can be changed via Tools, Options, System Colors. For machining purposes, any adjacent surfaces that create the chain need to point in the same direction. When machined, the passes will cut along the yellow guides and step across the green guides. If you plan to cut in one direction, then setting the correct directions at this point may save time later. However, there are options to swap UV in the passes dialog and to make reversals at the linking stage. To make the changes to the surfaces, both the Geometry menu and the toolbar contain the necessary tools. Any surfaces that need to have its cut and order directions swapped should be done first. Select the surface or surfaces that need their directions swapping. Then, either from the menu or toolbar, choose UV Swap Cut and Order. The aim is to get all the cut direction lines, yellow, in alignment with each other. It may be the case that the yellow direction arrows oppose each other from surface to surface. These will need to be modified to point in a common direction. Choose which way you plan to cut. Then select any surfaces that have the cut direction arrows pointing in the wrong direction. Then from the menu choose UV Reverse Cut, or from the toolbar choose Reverse UV Surface Cut Direction. Check that all the arrows point in a common direction. The same principle then needs to be applied for the order direction arrows. Click the toolbar button, UV Surface Order Direction. It will automatically hide the cut direction arrows if drawn. Again, Select any surfaces that need to be reversed. Then, from the menu, choose UV Reverse Order, or from the toolbar, choose Reverse UV Surface Order Direction. Make a final check that all the arrows are in the common direction. The setup is now complete. Hide the direction arrows. Select the surfaces to be UV machined in the graphics window. From the right mouse menu, pick UV Passes. Define the cutter and holder as you would for any other strategy. On the passes page, there are the thickness, tolerance, and step over parameters. Step over is a true on the surface value. The same number of passes on each surface option will help maintain a continuous pass when connecting adjacent surfaces. It can, however, cause the step over to be reduced in some areas. Auto merge. This causes the UV passes strategy to attempt to reverse the direction and order of passes on adjacent surfaces, where necessary, to produce a join. This is dependent on the accuracy of the original parameterization alignment. Swap UV will swap the cut and order directions. Note, this will affect the cutting directions. Click OK to create passes. We can link them in the usual way. Let's animate the toolpath to confirm that it is correct. Note, the UV surface machining passes were developed for machining along a single chain of fillets. Attempting to machine across multiple surfaces is unlikely to generate the desired toolpath.